Hello, the new LoBo update to version 6.3 is up. Let's have a look onto the new features and changes. Starting with this version, you can create cash invoices on the fly and directly send them to the customer. Let's switch to the order archive and look at these two jobs I've prepared. So first of all, I change the payment method to cash. And now I have an additional option to create cash invoice. I need to confirm this action, and as soon as the invoice is created, I can send it to a customer. Let's have a look onto the PDF that was just created. It's a one-pager where you can find the task details and the total amount. Please note that the invoice numbering of cash invoices has an own prefix, so the numbering is independent from the normal invoices. Cash invoices can be also directly sent from the mobile version, so I switched to the mobile version to emulate the look and feel of a mobile phone. I switched to task day and now choose the other job, and here you can find a new icon where I can again create the cash invoice and send it via email. Back in the desktop version, I want to show you my favorite new feature. For this, I create a new job, select the customer, and here you can find a new button that says there are 2 templates, manually created templates, and about 50 auto-generated templates. So what's new is that LoBo lists the most frequently ordered stubs categorized by product. So I will choose this one, click on load, and you see we have this job entered and the correct product set. A small but very powerful change is that all URLs that you put in notes are automatically linked. For example, if I add more info, a link to this order node, this link can be accessed by just a click. Same holds true if you put, for example, a delivery node to the customer. I've prepared this link on Google Maps. You again can open it by just a click. This might be very handy if you want to add additional delivery nodes for your couriers to each customer, or, for example, add a track and trace link of one partner company in the task node. What else is new? You have the distance statistics for all couriers. So after you've chosen a period, you see monthly comparison over all couriers and the detailed statistics for each courier. Here we differentiate between route-based products, where we know the distance exactly, and zone-based or beeline-based products, where the distance is estimated by multiplying the beeline with factor 1.2. Also new is the option to import and export zones. So if I open, for example, this zone system, and you open the zone dialog, you find a new text area that holds the definition of the geopolygon in the KML format. So what I do is I copy and paste all this information, and if I want to have an identical zone, for example in this zone compilation, I simply create some zone. It can be found here now, I click Edit and paste the information I've just copied before. I name it E again, click Save, and what we can find now that this zone was imported by copy and paste. Let's have a quick look onto all the other improvements. First of all, you can now create templates without assigning it to a specific category. For example, if I open this order, I can save it as template ABC, leave the category on option Unsorted, click Save, and if I switch to the templates, I can now find this template here. Of course, I can later move it to another category. We can now find it in here. Another enhancement can be found in the customer management. If I open the customer dialog, you can now find a tab Accounting, a new field that's called reference number customer. It's accounting related setting, so whenever you put something here, it will be uniquely found on the invoice. Please do not mix up this account related reference number with the order related reference number. This reference number can be defined per job. This reference number will be only printed once per invoice. From now on, you also have the option to define a customer specific note for the invoice. So I will write here group that specific comment and click Save. Besides this, you can always define a general note that should be shown on all invoices. I will write common to all invoices and click Save. By the way, what you can see here is that LoBo from now on also differentiates between debit order option for the customer or cash invoices that we have heard about before. For example, you might want to enter a specific message for the cash invoices like thanks for the payment. But let's come back to the customer specific reference number and invoice comment. I've prepared a custom accounting and will create the invoice draft. And when we open the PDF, we will find the customer specific reference number here, the group that specific comment, and the comment common to all invoices. So let's move on in our list of changes. Similar to the PDF settings, we now also differentiate between the different types of invoices in the mail settings. So you find known setting for invoice, debit order invoice, and cash invoice, where you may want to adapt the text accordingly. Talking about invoices, if we move to the invoices, you can now add the email option after the invoice was created. For example, this in this case, but I can click on Edit, check the invoice via email, and enter one or several email addresses here. And as soon as I've updated this setting, we can create an email and send it via the outbox. Let's go back to the actual orders. You may have noticed these two buttons that are displayed when you show the details of an order. By these buttons, you can edit the signer name from the desktop version. Before, this was only possible by the mobile version. Besides this, we have implemented several other minor improvements. Just to mention one, if you change the reference state, you will be forced to enter a new reference time, just to make sure that you also check, respectively set a new time. Let's come to the last point. Switch again to the mobile version, just to illustrate that in the job details, these badges are now linked to tooltips. Like this, the couriers could query at which time they've visited the stop. So these were the main changes in version 6.3. For a list of cosmetics and bug fixes, please check the change log. Thanks for listening and see you soon. Bye.